Hi beautiful, I hope you are well. I would argue that monochromatic outfits are the easiest way to level up simple items by curating tones, textures, fabrics. Within a single color family, you can create a striking yet cohesive look that can read as effortless and expensive. But let's start with a disclaimer. Yes, monochromatic dressing is not for everyone. To really make the most of monochromatic dressing, you really need to have a penchant for simplicity. If you enjoy things that are simple, clean, uncomplicated, unfussy, you are much more likely to be drawn to monochromatic looks. I'm not here trying to sell you monochromatic dressing, and by no means do I think you should try to convert to that. But for those of us who do have a natural interest, well, what does monochrome even mean? Technically, being an art term, monochrome refers to the act of using one color or hue, tints and shades within that hue. So when the term was coined, it was about artworks, but the context in which we're using it today is to describe outfits. So the same principle applies. Monochromatic outfits are outfits that make use of items within a particular colorway or hue. Now, technically, the term monotone would be used to describe tones between white, gray, and black, but I understand that no one really differentiates these terms anymore. So for the sake of today's video, we are using monochrome as an umbrella term to cover all of the color wheel and also white, black, gray, which are not on the color wheel. So let's chat about some of the benefits of dressing in monochrome outfits. They're easy to put together, they're easy to shop for, they're easy to look at, ensuring that you don't get stuck playing with your wardrobe for hours on end if you don't enjoy doing that. They're timeless. They've got nothing to do with trend-driven colors, and if you buy simple pieces to make these outfits, the outfit will be as relevant today as it was 10 years ago as it will be in 20 years' time. Monochrome is an emergency go-to scenario as well. Like if you are going to a fancy dinner and maybe your pieces aren't that elevated, trust me, if you take two pieces of the same color and wear them together, the sense of unity instantly creates something a little bit spicy. If you do have those days where you're not feeling creative, if you're bored of your wardrobe, you would be surprised at how much just grabbing two pieces of the same color or shade instantly give you something to wear. So a big question is why? Why do monochromatic outfits read as polished? So if we were to break it down in terms of art language, a canvas or a person who is adorned in one hue is very easy to look at. There are few distractions to the eye, and even where there are variables in the hue, it's still a harmonious thing to look at. It acts as a simple palette for the body, the face, the hair. You are wearing a monochromatic outfit rather than the outfit wearing you. So here are the secrets to monochrome dressing. I would always ensure that there's a high quality to the fabrics that you are wearing, but especially if you are going to get a piece that is made up of one color, because if the fabric has pulls or runs or is just not very pleasant, it's going to be much more noticeable when the fabric is in one shade. In fact, this is the gateway to looking more expensive, and it is actually cheaper to purchase high quality fabrics in simple shades, classic shapes. So monochrome dressing isn't about wearing the exact same value in color on top and bottom. You can have different shades or tints. It's more about keeping the hue consistent rather than the shade. For example, wearing a light blue shirt with a light denim will read as monochromatic, even though technically the blues are slightly different. I would say the main tip when it comes to the shades though is to ensure that whatever pieces you are mixing and matching, that they have the same cool or warm undertone. So for example, if you are going for a blue, make sure it's a warm blue. If the bottom is also going to be a warm blue, because warm and cool tones can actually clash when you put them together. You'll be able to notice that friction. Just like when you're painting a canvas, ensure that the color undertone is the same if you want to achieve a harmonious look, because clashing those two will create disharmony. All the examples I've shown you so far, and if I'm wearing them, will be very, very neutral. So there'll be creams or black, some sort of an earth tone, because that is my wardrobe. That doesn't mean that if you are someone who loves rich color, you can't do it. You can. And I've seen some really beautiful examples of monochrome outfits that are made from a fire engine red. And of course you can get into the earth tones too. So actually this is a hack. If you are someone who really enjoys color, just make sure that the outfits you are choosing are made of the same color. One way to create a little bit more interest if you are someone who has a very simple palette is to have different textured items together. I love a really fluffy sweater with silk, or a plain matte trouser with something more shimmery or silky up the top. Combining different fabrics really is the hack for creating more visual depth, making something look a little bit more interesting when it's actually very simple. Now, if you are wearing a limited palette, it's going to be more obvious if the item or items fit you properly. So focus on ensuring that that aspect of your items works properly. If you take color out of the equation, the focus then shifts to shape. Use this to your advantage. Mixed silhouettes, for example, have a loose top and a tight-fitting bottom, or a tight-fitting bottom and a loose top. Consider where you want fluidity, movement, and space versus where you want things to be structured or slim-fitting. Micro prints are allowed, so if you are someone who does enjoy pattern and you want to incorporate it or make use of it still in this iteration of a much simpler look, there are certain fabrics that read from a distance as kind of a mid-tone, for example a tweed or a small check, a subtle houndstooth. Those can still work within this context as long as it reads as something with less tonal variation. The more contrast the pattern has, the larger the shapes, the more different the colors within the pattern, the more busy it's going to look. I love monochrome dressing. I do it most of the year, but let me tell you that monochrome dressing is my #1 layering winter hack. The trick is to either have the base layer, so the things you're wearing underneath the one shade, and then you can wear a coat of a different color. The flip side is that your coat, shoes, accessory bag, whatever you have going on are of the same hue. If you think of your layered outfit as the underneath layer and the top layer, and you ensure that there is harmony within each of those specific layers, that's when you can make the most out of monochromatic dressing in winter situations. Finally, you can have subtle focal points, whether it be some statement jewelry, a belt, maybe a striking lip color. Keep the outfit unified, but consider having a small hero element that will make certain elements of your outfit or body pop. This is why monochromatic outfits are so good, because you can use them as kind of a base layer in winter, and then you just throw on a different colored coat. It just looks good without any major effort. Simple, isn't it? If you are someone who wants to incorporate some of these principles into your wardrobe, and you have a large wardrobe and you don't know where to start, let me give you some simple action steps that you can begin today. And the first easiest step is to start within your wardrobe. Find the natural tonal sets within your wardrobe and organize your wardrobe accordingly. Bring them together, display them together in your wardrobe so they're handy to grab. You realize you have absolutely no sets in your wardrobe, then what I would do is find your favorite pieces, the pieces in your wardrobe that you love wearing the most, and turn them into matching sets. For example, if you have a beautiful cream sweater that you love, that you wear all the time, and you want to be able to make it into a monochrome outfit, wear that sweater out, go shopping, and match bottoms that go with it. And if you do this with a few of your key pieces, you will end up building a monochrome friendly wardrobe. The next time you go out to look for things to add to your wardrobe, make sure you are getting 2 things that are the same color to wear together. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you don't already know this, you can find me in 4 places: my other channel, Instagram, and Patreon. I'm active in all those places. They all have a different purpose. Thank you so much for supporting my work by subscribing to this channel, liking this video, and commenting on this video. I could not do this without you. A massive shout out to those of you who are loyal supporters. I appreciate you so much. Chat soon.